Okay, this is a special video for COBIT only. Whatever we are discussing today, it is for understanding COBIT. This is your office. Let's see first what is IT strategy planning. Once again, what is IT strategy planning? Here we compare our current IT environment with our desired IT environment. We provide direction to deployment of information systems, and we align IT strategy with business strategy. We have already seen this, that the IT decisions must be in line with the business decisions. Here we are thinking about our future, what all IT capabilities we need in the future, what is our current status. We'll conduct that gap analysis, and accordingly we will do the deployment of information systems. Okay, this planning part is called as IT strategy planning. The strategies must be aligned with each other, and we are planning for the future requirements. After this, yes, you must be knowing this person. He is Amir Khan. You can see that he is thinking about planning. Okay, he is thinking about IT strategy planning. He will keep on thinking about IT strategy plan, how to align the strategies and how to achieve our future requirements of information systems. Okay, just remember this photo so that you can link it with the concept that we will discuss later. After this, let's see what is risk management. Okay, we will prepare a list of business processes. We will categorize them into critical business processes and supporting business processes. And then we will analyze each and every process, whether any threats and risks are attached to them or not. Then after we analyze the risks, we will see the probability of occurrence and the impact those particular activities have or threats have. Then we will eliminate or reduce the risk and bring the risk within the risk appetite, or you can say pain threshold or level of tolerable error. Okay. You must also be knowing this guy. He is Vicky Kaushal. He is in a role of a soldier here. Just remember this photo again. What he is doing risk management. He is eliminating the risk or reducing the risk within risk appetite. Okay, so this is risk management. After this, what is compliance review? We are seeing all these concepts because we must be able to differentiate between them. We must assign them to a person so that we can understand the concept by person and also remember the same. So let's see again, what is compliance review? We will prepare a list of laws applicable to the organization, local laws, international laws, and we will also analyze what are the compliance requirements for the same. We will confirm whether all the compliance requirements have been met or not. Okay, now let's see in which language we are talking about. Here, the regulators are mandating enforcement. Okay, that is the language that you have to use. Now let's see. See the attitude of this person. He's saying that if you don't comply with the governance and other requirements, we will send you to jail. Okay, so here the regulators, the authorities are intolerant of frauds. That is why we are conducting compliance review. Okay, his attitude is not like the previous people we saw here. It is completely different. He is talking in an authoritative manner or a regulatory manner. This is necessary to avoid frauds. Now let's see the next concept. What is system assurance? Now, this is a new story. Enterprise leaders will go to the shareholders they will say, this is the amount of IT investment we require. If we don't do this IT investment, our current information systems will become outdated. The shareholders agree with that, but in return, what shareholders will ask for is a expected return. Now, if the enterprise leaders are not able to deliver that expected return, then that means the information systems in which the shareholders have made the investment, they are not able to deliver the value. Which means here a lot of pressure is there on the enterprise leaders to deliver value to stakeholders. So what is system assurance? System assurance is that we must be able to provide assurance that systems are used effectively, the resources are being used effectively, and we will surely deliver the value which is expected by the shareholders. Okay, so this image of a person is under pressure because he needs to provide or deliver value to the stakeholders. Okay, if she doesn't do that, then that means that information systems are not effective and the investments are very bad. That is what is system assurance. So we saw 4 concepts: IT strategy planning, risk management, compliance review, and system assurance. In IT strategy planning, we are planning and planning and planning about aligning the strategies, about meeting our future requirements of IT capabilities and performance. In risk management, we are eliminating the risk, we are reducing the risk within the risk appetite. In compliance review, we are making sure that all the compliance requirements of local laws and international laws have been complied with. If they are not complied with, regulatory authorities will take action, and as it is mandatory to comply with the requirements. And system assurance says we must be able to provide assurance that the systems will deliver value to the stakeholders. Okay, so these were the 4 concepts. These 4 concepts are being handled by 4 different people in the organization. A single management or a single person is not handling all these things. But you have to understand that if we don't integrate all these 4 concepts, we will not be able to achieve our objectives as an organization. If there is a difference in the data flow or there is a difference in the communication, it means that the processes are not integrated. So what we will do now is we will introduce COBIT 5. The IT strategy planning, risk management, compliance review, system assurance. All these things, all these functions, COBIT 5 can do. Okay, it is a all-in-one solution. So this is the importance of COBIT 5. It can perform all the functions. There will be common data flow. It will improve the communication, and it is a GIT framework. It is not a software. It is a framework. It is a procedure. So we will say it is a holistic approach as all the functions are covered here. It is an all-in-one solution with the best practices in the world. It will do risk management, compliance review, and assurance activities. So this is the importance of COBIT 5. Now let's see this concept in detail. What is COBIT 5? This is a summary of the concepts we saw just now.
So what is GIT, sir?
GIT is governance of enterprise IT that we saw along with the IT governance. Yes, shall we continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Now, organization needs to ensure that it is meeting the governance requirements as well as it is doing risk management, compliance review, and assurance activities accordingly. Now we have seen that these functions will be performed by different people they will have different mindsets, different qualifications, and there needs to be integration of all these functions.
So 1 minute, sir.
Yes. Just ask the question. Shall we continue?
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, I have one small doubt.
Yes.
So this COVID-5, it is not a software. You're saying it is a
It is a framework.
framework in the sense, uh, if, uh, if an enterprise is in SEC zone, they follow the SEC rules. Like that, is there any separate framework for COVID-5, or it is an
See, there is some problem with the audio, obviously. We will take that question again in the end. Okay. Let me just complete this concept and then we will come back to your question. See now, the second point is, due to the complicated IT structure, organization is not able to manage all these functions because they lack insight or may end up missing the situation. Organization without COVID-5, it doesn't have the insight how to integrate all these functions in such a way that it can become a market leader. So to get ahead of these issues quickly and cost effectively, ISACA introduced a groundbreaking framework called COVID-5. Who introduced COVID-5? ISACA. Now, why we will use COVID-5? For governance and management of IT. It contains the collective wisdom of all the global experts. See, what are the four concepts that we are talking about here? IT strategy planning, risk management, assurance activities, and compliance review. Now, each function has a different expert. What we will do is, we will collect the experience of the global experts and we will try to integrate them. That is what is happening in COVID-5. It also integrates other practices and standards like ITIL, COSO, and SOX. So it is not just integrating these four concepts, but it is also integrating ITIL, that is your IT infrastructure library, COSO framework, and SOX, which is Sarbanes-Oxley Act. It is all in one situation, facilitating improved communication and common data flow. It is an all-in-one solution. Okay, so this is what is the concept of COVID. Now, what is the full form of COVID? It is control objectives for IT, information technology. And it is also called a comprehensive best practice framework. Now, let's go back to the concepts that we saw today. Okay, we learned in the morning today.
So one small doubt.
Yes.
In short, it's like COVID. What it does is it does governance, it does risk management, and it does compliance by deploying IT infrastructure. Am I right, sir?
Yes, that is exactly
Correct.
yes. Now we have got a background of what is COVID-5. Now, what this person is doing?
planning.
Okay, he is doing IT strategic planning. He will do the planning process. He will do the key management practices. He will measure the value using key metrics. He will apply the key governance practices. And he will also see that whether the objectives of IT strategy are being achieved or not. Okay, so these are the functions that we have assigned to this person in planning process. Here the focus is that the investments and value derived from investments in IT. This is a symbol that the IT strategy must be aligned with the business strategy. Now, he will also do levels of managerial planning, strategic planning, management control, operational control, and also he will do the following plans: enterprise strategy plan, information system strategic plan, information system requirement plan, and information system applications and facilities plan. Okay, what I'm doing is I am mapping the entire chapter so that you will be able to differentiate what are the functions of the individual here. You will be able to remember that this person is going to do this, so that you don't get confused in the functions or in the points. So what I'm doing is I am mapping the entire chapter in this video. Yes, remember this symbol. This symbol is for IT strategic planning. Now, what this person is supposed to do? What is his responsibility?
Risk management.
Okay, risk management. These are the strategies he will use: tolerate the risk, terminate the risk, transfer the risk, treat the risk, or turn back or ignore. And these are the key governance practices for risk management. Now, this is the symbol for risk management. You can relate it with the photo. These are the sources of risk. He will keep an eye on those. He will analyze each and every source of risk. He knows the characteristics of risk. He will conduct these key management practices. And these are the metrics of risk management. He will measure the efficiency of his work using this matrice. Remember this symbol again. Now, what is this person supposed to do?
Compliance.
Okay, compliance. Look at the attitude he's talking. If you don't follow the local laws and international laws and comply with the requirements, we will put you in jail because you are a fraudulent person. I am not the one who is saying this. It is the regulators and authorities who are saying this. The regulators and authorities have given this person the power. So that is the reason he is talking in that manner. So he will do IT compliance review. He will ensure that key management practices are followed by the company. That is the symbol of a lawyer. He will also do compliance using COVID 5. And these are the metrics he will use to assure that the compliance practices are used by the organization for measuring the performance. Okay. Remember this symbol of lawyer. Now we will compare the relevance of COVID 5 in compliance and risk management. You can see the last 3 points. They are talking about integration, guidance, and accountability and responsibility in both these answers. I have made this comparison so that you can remember what are the common points and also remember what are the key points. In compliance review, you have to remember that COVID 5 is a compliance focused process. It has a management domain which evaluates, directs, and monitors the compliance requirements. It will evaluate whether the compliance requirements have been met or not. COBIT plus COSO is the most widely used framework. These are the key points in compliance using COVID 5. Now let's see what are the key points in risk management in COVID 5. It is a 5 governance process. We identify the risk, we understand the risk, we articulate the risk, then we
Communicate and manage.
communicate and manage the risk. What we will do is we will reduce and eliminate the risk within the risk appetite. After this, risk optimization, and it will be a continuous process. We will keep on doing IUACM continuously. So this is a comparison of risk management and compliance using COVID 5. are you able to understand why we took a lot of questions in the morning? How we are supposed to do the mapping and all? Will you be able to understand now?
Yes, sir.
This is just an experiment I am doing so that you can map the questions. You can differentiate between questions.
So one small doubt, sir. What is the different? What is the extra quality which adds to the COVID-5 in the complaints of IT? That COVID plus COSO, no, sir. The last answer. Complaints of COVID in IT.
This is the point you're asking. COVID plus COSO is most widely.
Yes, sir. COVID plus.
Yes, the COSO framework you must have learned in audit, how to do risk assessment and all. The thing is, COVID already has procedures for risk management, but the SOX itself is preferring COSO framework. So what we will do is, we will also do COSO framework along with COVID so that the stakeholders will have a better understanding of how the risk assessment is done and how the risk management is done. So it is only done for providing a better understanding to the stakeholders. Because SOX is saying follow the COSO framework, follow clause 49 of the listing agreement. Now, if we forget doing that altogether and we only focus on COVID, what will happen is the stakeholders who are accustomed to the SOX requirements, COSO requirements, and clause 49, it will become a bit difficult for them to understand. So what we will do is we will combine the two things, and as per that we will do compliance using COVID-5. Okay, you cannot just jump and change the framework which the organization is following. You have to combine or make sure the transition is effective. Yes, are you comfortable with the chapter now? You will be able to do the mapping and all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't want you to get over exhausted just by remembering the points and all. Remember this chapter. Now there is one more thing I want to show. Okay, this was all. This was all that I wanted to cover now, so that you can map the chapter appropriately and understand the questions. Okay, are you comfortable now? Should we stop the recording? Have you understood what is COVID?
Yes, sir.
Okay, still now understand the concept of COVID, right? COVID-5. They will not tell you to define it. You just have to tell something about it, that each function has different expertise, requires different qualification. What we will do is we will gather the experience of the best experts in the world and we will prepare a framework. This framework is called as COVID. It is a GIT framework. What does this mean, GIT framework? We will try to implement it in all the areas. It will cover all the functions of the enterprise. That is why we are calling it a GIT framework. Okay, we will stop now. This is all that I wanted to convey. Okay. Chalo, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.